Hi everybody. Today I'm going to talk with you a little bit about psychic shielding and how to measure the quality of your overall capacity to protect yourself from things in the environment, things that are in people's energy fields that we often interface with that are better left in their energy fields and in the environment and not in your energy field. So to minimize you picking up stuff from the environment energetically and from other people, it is very, very helpful to start with having strong natural psychic shielding. And that natural psychic shielding, we all have it, but it can get impaired. And lots of things going on today impair our psychic shielding. Some of the things, not all, but some of the things that make up our psychic shielding would be things like the electromagnetic field that's created by the workings of the heart. That's one level of psychic shielding. When that field goes down, when it's not in robust shape, it's going to affect your overall capacity to protect yourself. Things like our aura. When the aura is damaged, that can lead to vulnerability in regards to attracting spirit attachments, in regards to getting energetic imprints from other people, that type of thing. And there are other components of ourselves that make up this big overall bubble that I would call the collective psychic shield of the human being. But it begins with, in order to get started with how to keep the psychic shielding in robust shape, the first thing you need to do is learn how to even measure the psychic shielding. And that's what today's video is really about, is how to simply measure it. So I'm going to use a chart today. It's just a simple chart by Walt Woods out of a book called Letter to Robin. Walt wrote this book many, many years ago. He since has passed on, but his book is available. This little pendulum tutorial, how to dowse with a pendulum, is available for free at Letter to Robin, Letter to Robin, ROBIN.org. You can download the book for free and get this nifty little chart that he developed years ago. And I use this chart still to this day. I love it. But it's on the chart, or within the chart, is a scale that goes -10 to +10. So here's a 0, -10, so 0 to -10, 0 to +10. And you can just simply use that scale to take a reading on with a pendulum. You can use your finger if you want. That's what I'm going to demonstrate with today. You can take a reading on the condition of your overall psychic shielding. And what we mean by that is everything that's working together to effectively protect you from visible and invisible things in the environment, and in our interfacing with other people. That's the environment too. What's your overall level or condition, level and effects or condition of your psychic shielding? And you just put your pendulum, start at 0, and then just take a reading. And hopefully you get like a +8 or a +9 or a +10. And if you don't, if it goes -5, -8, -9, and oops, -10, that should raise a red flag. Boy, something's going on with you that is greatly reducing your natural capacity to protect yourself from visible and invisible influences in the environment that are non-beneficial. So this morning, as an example, I came home from a short errand. I hadn't checked my psychic shielding today. I just went out and about my business. I hadn't bothered to check that. I should have, but I didn't. I went out and about, and by the time I got back, I was so exhausted I could barely even stand up. And I needed to go lay down. I was that fatigued, and I laid down. It didn't really help. I couldn't really sleep. I was that fatigued. So I got back up and I started just checking a few things to see what might be going on with me. And then I just stopped and I said, wait a minute, I need to check. I've been having a couple of things this past couple of weeks that are really out of the norm for me, where I've been affected by stuff much more easily than I should be affected. And I said, stop, I gotta not worry about what's affecting me. I've got to worry about what's my psychic shielding looking like these days. I hadn't taken a reading, which I'm going to recommend you do pretty regularly. I hadn't taken a reading on my overall psychic shielding in probably at least a week or more. So I took a reading, and my overall psychic shielding had been at a -9 for 2 weeks. And that's not good. And so from there, that should raise a red flag for anyone. From there, it prompted me to ask better questions. What is it that is causing this perpetual -9 reading? That's not good. I had some long-standing aura damage that I had missed. I had a type of entity in my energy field that I had overlooked. So I got rid of those things, and my psychic shielding bounced right back to a 10. And I felt miraculously better. I mean, miraculously better. So, and it's still at, let me take a reading right now. I'm doing this for real. So let me take a breath. I'm using a virtual pendulum, just using my finger. Right now, where is my psychic shielding? On a scale of -10 to +10, where am I at this very moment? And I'm at a +10 still. So I think I got the culprits. It was, again, some aura damage that had been there apparently longer than I had realized that I corrected. And then this weird, I had been doing lots of spirit attachment clearings. I had been picking up lots of spirits recently. And but it ends up, it was just this one kind of weird entity thing that I picked up, and I traced it to where I picked it up, and I sent it back. And that seemed to be the nut that was causing all the problems. So it can be that simple. But the goal today is not so much how to fix what's wrong. That can take a lot of training. It's how to measure, is there a problem? And then if you find, this is a great simple test, it takes 10 seconds to check how is your overall shielding. If it's low, it means and if it's been low for more than a couple of days or more than a few hours, more than a couple of days, I would especially be concerned. A couple of weeks, a month, maybe a year, your psychic shielding has been in the gutter. Something else is going on that's driving that. It's probably affecting you in a multitude of ways. And things are only going to get worse if you don't dive in and try to figure out what is causing that low score when it comes to your overall psychic shielding. Figure out what it is and fix it. You'll feel so much better, and you'll be protected. So you won't perpetuate the problem and make it even worse. So that's it for today. How to measure your psychic shielding. It's very, very simple. You can use the chart from Letter to Robin, which you can print out from lettertorobin.org. You can print out this whole little dowsing tutorial book, or you can just make up your own chart. A simple chart from 0 to 10 would work. Just label 10. You're in great condition, 0, or anything approaching 0, you're in terrible condition. And again, anything on the negative side should raise the red flag. Figure out what's going on. Take some intuitive guesses until you guess it right, and then correct whatever the problem is. So that's it for today. How to measure your psychic shielding. Bye for now.